Also in the news this morning, the makers of the helicopter that crashed off the coast of Newfoundland last year have reached now a settlement with the families of those who died and the lone survivor. Melanie Nagy covered that story when it happened last March, and she's back on this latest chapter in it live in St. John's this morning. What more do we know about the settlement, Melanie?
Well, this lawsuit was launched in June in a U.S. court, and the claim that was put forward on behalf of the families and the sole survivor, Robert Deckard, was the allegation that Sikorsky misrepresented, made wrongful claims about the safety of its S-92 aircraft, in particular saying that they misled a belief that this aircraft had a 30-minute run-dry capacity in its main gearbox, meaning that if there was a catastrophic loss of oil, the helicopter can continue on for 30 minutes. As we know, there was a catastrophic loss of oil in that helicopter, but there wasn't enough time to push for land. There was an immediate crash and resulted in the devastating crash. The other allegation was that the pilots, due to this 30-minute run-dry capacity believed they had more time. So in essence, that was the allegation. But as far as the actual details is what Sikorsky agreed to, or any money that was awarded to the families and to the sole survivor, Robert Deckard, we don't have those details. Both the family members we spoke to and Sikorsky are saying that this is a private and confidential matter, and no details of the settlement will be released.
So even though we don't have the dollar value, overall money, and I guess the overall symbolism of all of this, what does it mean to the families?
Yeah, and speaking with the family members, their emotions are still raw. And the first thing they say is that no amount of money is ever going to heal their wounds. But for many of these families, they have been struggling financially because they lost fathers, husbands, often the person who brought home the big income into the family. So they do say that any financial assistance will help them. But again, as I said, they're still very emotional. Christmas was very hard for them, and they still have to get through the Transportation Safety Board investigation is still ongoing, as well as the Wells inquiry into this matter. So while they're happy to see this chapter closed, they still have a lot to go through.
Okay, Melanie, thank you very much this morning.